Hey guys, it's Mia Anstine here, encouraging you to get outside, hunt, fish, shoot, and savor all that life has to offer. Today, I want to talk to you about some great Christmas gift ideas, and some of them are perfect if you are a last-minute shopper, and some of them are great ideas maybe to hold on to for the future. First off, I want to start off with a gift that I remember my dad receiving when I was a child. A Christmas gift that he received was a case knife. And I remember that because he had lost one of his knives, and his pocket knife. And he had lost that, and he was so excited to get a new pocket knife. One thing about Case is they do have a vast line. They have so many knives that there's something to choose from for anyone. I even talked about their moon knife. You might check that out. But I also did a video on my YouTube channel, and the knife that I reviewed on that is called the Shark Tooth Flipper. So check that one out. Something else that is a great gift idea is a multi-tool. That is something that is good for anybody, whether they hunt, fish, or shoot. So multi-tools are wonderful. Speaking of fishing, a fishing net or rod is something that you can look into. If you're investing in a rod, you may want to look at what type of fishing they do and maybe have them help you with that decision so that you're not getting a rod that they really didn't want or that doesn't fit their purpose. I will recommend PJ's fine bamboo rods. Those are custom made. They do take time, but you could get somebody a gift certificate for that. And then Paul, who is the owner of PJ's, he will work with the recipient to design a rod that is custom fit to their hand. He also makes nets that are just gorgeous. Go check them out. PJ's Fine Bamboo. One thing I want to tell you before I go much further is that I'm not sponsored by anybody in this episode. The products that I'm telling you about are items that I genuinely like or would like to have or already have. I just wanted to make that clear. Another item that I want to mention, it's made here locally in Pagosa Springs, Colorado, and those are Voorme products. Voorme makes wool, and they are fine products. They're not itchy wool. It's a merino type, and if you have seen a lot of my pictures, you may see I'm wearing a woven type of sweater or shirt or product like that, and that is Voorme's woven wool. They do make camo style patterns. I actually wear these for hunting. And speaking of camo, you can check out new camouflage items for your gift recipient. On that note, let me take a break and give a word from one of my affiliates, and it's also a product that I wear and use often, and actually I cheated and ordered myself another set because I needed more. So I'll be right back after this message.
This winter, stay warm from head to toe with WSI Sports' heater gear layers. Use Leah's affiliate code LLCO10 at WSISports.com and get 10% off your order. All products are proudly made in the USA. WSI Sports is bringing back pride in American-made clothing. That code once again, LLCO10 for 10% off at WSISports.com.
As I said, WSI, it's a great product. I do stand by them. I just ordered some new heater gear. Heater gear is an element that reacts with your body to help keep you warm. I did mention Voorme before the break, and Voorme is a wool product. One thing I love about wool is if I get wet or if I'm sweating and then the temperatures drop, it still keeps you warm. So wool is a great gift. Check out Voorme, Voormi. I will include links to as many of these items as I can in the show notes if you want to check those out. I will also mention that I am an Amazon affiliate. There is no extra charge to you. I may make a percentage if you do buy something using my Amazon link. So it's one way to support my channel, and I appreciate that. Something else that you can get if they are fishing, you can get them some tools for fishing, get them nippers or forceps or different items that they may need. Those are items that sometimes get lost, so it's okay to replace them. If you are a hunter, And you may want to get hunting calls. Hunting calls are always a great idea. Maybe some windicator is a good idea, some lightweight gloves, those type of items. You can also look for hats. Hats are wonderful. I will mention wool hats because I'm often noted for wearing my little black wool hat, and that is a hat from Wyoming Traders. And some people call it my Elmer Fudd hat, but I actually have one that is even more of an Elmer Fudd style hat. It's one that I wore on last year's Christmas card, and if you subscribe to my newsletter at miaanstine.com, you would have also seen me wearing my black and red checkered Filson hat, and I love that hat. They don't make that Filson hat anymore, but they do have other styles. They even have mossy oak camo now, so you may be interested in buying a Filson wool hat. In this year's Christmas card, I am wearing a Filson flannel shirt. You might not know it, but Filson has expanded their women's line, and they do have different items for women. So those are great gift ideas. It's chilly out, so flannel will keep them cozy and warm. And if you're buying for a man, they have flannel for men as well. You can also look for a backpack. This fall in October, I went to the Ballistics Summit in Raton, New Mexico. That was at the NRA Whittington Center, and it was hosted by Lucid Optics. So optics, hint, hint, optics are a good gift idea. But at that summit, I carried a Filson backpack. This is a backpack that they have partnered with Ducks Unlimited on, and I love that backpack. My daughter was just asking me last week how I liked it, and I do love it. It's sturdy. It holds my gear well. It has a variety of pockets. I can carry my laptop in there and books. And speaking of books, books are a great gift idea as well. So Filson backpack or other brand, and then books. There are 4 authors that I will recommend that maybe you have not heard of, and I do know all 4 of these. I met Liz Lazarus at SHOT Show, and Liz Lazarus, she has written some suspense stories. She has Free of Malice, Plea for Justice, and I believe she may have released another one by now. I'm going to have to go take a look. I'll find that out when I'm looking for links to share with you. But Liz was at SHOT Show doing research because she wanted to have accurate information when she was writing her books. So you won't be interrupted while you're reading thinking, oh, well, that doesn't make sense about this Glock or other items. It's always, that's something that is an annoyance. It's one of my pet peeves when I'm reading and they write something that is inaccurate portrayal of a firearm or ballistics or so forth. So you don't have to worry about that with Liz's books because she has done the research and it's super easy reading and great suspense stories. You can also read Heels to Holsters by Shirley Wottrell. Shirley I met at the She Never Quit event, and I'll tell you some other things from She Never Quit in a future episode. But Shirley has Heels to Holsters, and it is somewhat of a suspense thriller, but it's a real life story. So that's something that you might want to read. It's a great read. Lloyd Bailey, he is the host of Armed Lutheran Radio, and in case you didn't know, I am an Armed Lutheran Radio contributor. I'm part of the cast there, so if you are looking for other podcasts to listen to, check that out. But he has written a few different books, and the one I am currently reading is called Duty to Defend. Duty to Defend is a book that is a compilation of contributions from different pastors, and it is defending God's word from those who misuse it. They are doing accurate interpretations of the verses that anti-gun people use to try to take our firearms or tell us that we shouldn't have guns. So that's something that you may be interested in. My editor, his name is Bill Bowers. He has a compilation of ghost stories. So look for Bill Bowers Ghost Stories, and those are suspenseful. It's something that I think would be a fun gift for the whole family because it's something that You could maybe do around the campfire outside, especially during this time of year. It gets chilly out and you can build a fire and tell ghost stories around the fire. That would be kind of fun. So let me know. You can comment to me or email me. Comment on social media. Just go look for Mia Anstine, or you can email me, contact@miaanstine.com. And I would love to know your thoughts on a ghost story book, because it's something I generally read before bed, but not this book because I don't sleep well when I read it before bed. Although it is a great book and I love suspense. So check that one out. Speaking of campfires, you can get an outdoor campfire setup as a gift, or a barbecue. Barbecues are always great gift ideas. And speaking of it being chilly and being around the campfire, I have a commercial break for you. I'll be right back after this message from Mac Outdoors.
For the love of the outdoors, open spaces, and mountains, shop www.mia.limited/1. The Mac Outdoors Mountains Are Calling series of apparel is perfect for you or your loved ones. Support the channel and shop now. www.mia.limited/1.
We do appreciate any support you give. If you buy products from the Mac Outdoors shop, it does help fund this podcast, and we do appreciate it. There are shirts, hats, mugs, and other apparel there, so check that out. Thank you for all of your support. Before the break, I had mentioned meeting Shirley Wattrell at the She Never Quit event. Something there that I enjoy is getting, there's gift bags they give us. And at that event, they always have Operator Coffee. So Operator Coffee is a delicious coffee, and coffee is a great gift idea. Speaking of coffee, when I am at hunting camp, I always take my Jetboil, and a Jetboil is another great idea. It's something that is portable. It can fit into that backpack that I mentioned before. If you haven't seen them, check them out. Jetboils are handy kits for not just for coffee, but for warming up soup, for making hot water, and I even keep them when I'm waterfowl hunting, so you can have something to warm you up when it's super cold out and you're headed back to the truck after a good morning of hunting. When I mentioned that backpack, I said that I was at the Ballistics Summit. While we were at the summit, Lucid Optics had a number of other suppliers there and some partners, and one of them was Medieval Industries. They have something that I think is a fabulous gift idea. It is a tripod, bipod, monopod sort of system. You really have to go check it out at Medieval Industries, and it is called the Overwatch Commander. It is hard to describe, but it's definitely something that is worth looking at, and I am saving up to get one for myself if I don't get one for Christmas. I will be sharing a impromptu interview with the owner of Medieval, and I'll be sharing that in a future episode, so keep an eye out for that. Speaking of Lucid Optics, I do highly recommend buying binoculars. They are a gift that I gave my mother-in-law last year for Christmas. She's getting older and having a hard time seeing, and it was really cool this year at Thanksgiving to see her using the binoculars to look and see whether a deer was a buck or a doe that was crossing her yard. So that is a great gift idea. Some other gift ideas that are every year, I think they're great gift ideas, and this year I posted it in a women's group and I asked them what they're hoping to get for Christmas, because we always ask the guys, and this year I asked all the women, and the number one thing that the ladies wanted, hands down, was ammunition. And I know that is because of what type of year it is and because of how scarce and pricey ammunition is. So ammunition is a great gift idea. Guns are generally a good gift idea. I do caution on both of those. Make sure you get the ammunition that matches the gun they have. Or if you're looking for a gun, make sure it's a gun that they want. Don't just get them something that you thought they might like. Those ones are kind of personalized, and you need to make sure that you're getting something that they can use. First of all, something that'll fit their gun, and something, if it's a gun, something that'll fit them. So whether it's a man or a woman, check on those first. Pay attention when they're saying, hey, I would always love to have this Colt revolver or whatever it is. So pay attention on that. That's similar to the fly rod, like make sure it matches them. Another thing when we're talking about ammunition is something that you can give is time, and reloading parts are great gifts ideas. And if you can sit down with someone else and teach them how to reload, that is time together, which is irreplaceable. And you can also give them the gift of knowledge. So that's another gift idea. Recently on my website, I shared an article and it was called Gifts That Don't Come From a Store. So these are gift ideas. If you need a last minute gift idea, range time is a great gift. Take them to the range. Whether they are super experienced or they're a newbie, everybody can use range time. Range time is wonderful. A class, sign them up for a class or a course. An archery course is a wonderful idea. Maybe a cooking class, a canning class, something like that. Those are all things that you can schedule or give them a certificate at a last minute. So you don't have to worry about shipping, because shipping honestly is taking a long time this year. You can also schedule a trip, book the trip of their dreams. Travel is a little sketchy right now, but it should be coming back. And because of that, you can schedule maybe a horseback ride. Go to a stable and schedule a trip. Schedule a horseback ride with Mia Anstine. You can message her at contact@miaanstine.com. So those are things that you can do as last minute items. Something else I shared on my miaanstine.com website as well, an article about a jerky recipe. Jerky is a great gift, and wild game is a great gift to share. One thing that I love about hunting is the hard work that goes into it, the reward that happens once we've got the animal down. I enjoy the experience of packaging and putting that animal away. And then I also enjoy preparing that meal is another part of the hunt that I like. And sitting around the table, savoring everything that I made. Those are all great gifts. So if I can share that via jerky with a friend, that's a wonderful way to give them a Christmas present. Jerky doesn't have to be refrigerated, but you could also make them pastrami, and it does have to be refrigerated, but that's another great gift idea. Smoke some pastrami and give that as a gift. There are recipes for those on my website. You can also look to that Gifts That Don't Come From a Store article, and it tells you a little information about how to ship stuff that needs to be refrigerated. If you had foraged for plants, you can share some of those, maybe mushrooms or dandelions or different organic items that you found when you were out in the woods. Share that with a story about why you have it, where you found it, something like that. It's a great way to share the outdoors with someone else. You can also make a spice mixture. So make your favorite barbecue spice, or I know you guys have seen it a million times. People make their hot cocoa in a mason jar and they share that with their friends or family. So those are great gift ideas. If you had something else that you think would be a wonderful gift idea for people, let me know. Message me, contact@miaanstine.com, or comment or direct message me on my social media sites. You can find me just by looking up my name, Mia Anstine, on most social media sites, and I'd love to see you there. As I said, I will have some links in the show notes for you if you're interested, and I will be visiting with you next time. I'll be sharing in the future some events from She Never Quit, from the Ballistic Summit, and more. So I hope you will subscribe before you go. It's great to be chatting with you. Merry Christmas. Talk to you next time.
Hey, this is Lloyd Bailey, the Armed Lutheran, host of the Armed Lutheran Radio Podcast, reminding you that the podcast you're listening to is a proud member of the Self-Defense Radio Network. Check out all the great content at selfdefenseradio.net.